2017 NBA playoffs have been going on for a little over a week now. In this video, I just want to share 16 things that I've learned or noticed so far. Starting with number 1. Playoff Rondo is still a difference maker. If it wasn't for a thumb injury, it's possible that Rondo would have made himself a lot of money in this one series alone. It's also a strong possibility that this series will be over and Chicago will be waiting for the winner of the Washington-Atlanta series. Despite off the floor spacing and chemistry issues, once the playoffs start, Rajon Rondo is still the same guy that can turn a series around. A lot of us have forgotten because it's been so long, but we've gotten a reminder of what playoff Rondo could do. I don't expect Chicago to win this series, but if they do, their second round matchup will have their hands full. Number 2. The Boston Celtics just aren't that team. People have been going around saying that Boston is the worst number 1 seed ever. People are saying that they are choking. People are even blaming Brad Stevens for their lackluster performance against Chicago, the same coach that many people think is the best in the league. The truth is, Boston is playing the same way that they played all season long. It just isn't good enough to beat Chicago. Boston is a regular season team. They don't have enough scoring and they don't rebound enough. Boston is actually better set up to compete in the future. Winning this year would be great, but that's not the goal for Danny Ainge. If it was, he would have traded that pick that they own from Brooklyn already. And a lot of people claim that Boston is the worst number 1 seed ever, most likely picked them to win this series, as I did myself. Number 3. The grindhouse is still in effect. After getting crushed by San Antonio in back-to-back games on the road, Memphis found a way to tie the series at home. And Mike Conley is really starting to earn that contract that he signed. Memphis is now looking like a real threat to the San Antonio Spurs. Could they steal this series? Number 4. Kawhi Leonard is ice cold. Kawhi Leonard has been on a steady upswing with his progression, and he is showing everyone more and more that he can get it done on both ends. It hurts that San Antonio couldn't get the win, but Kawhi Leonard scored 16 straight points in an effort to force overtime against the Grizz, but Marc Gasol hit that tough shot to kill his dreams. In spite of the loss, we know that Kawhi is for real. Number 5. The Atlanta Hawks and the Washington Wizards do not like each other. After Game 1, Paul Millsap came out and said that the Wizards were playing MMA while Atlanta was playing basketball. Then after the Game 3 loss, Washington's Markieff Morris called Millsap a crybaby. Millsap said that it didn't bother him, but the fact that he didn't really have a response shows that at the very least, it didn't sit well with him either. Number 6. John Wall is incredible. He's averaging 31 points and 10 assists on over 55% shooting from the field and 71% shooting from 3. It's clear that Atlanta does not have an answer for him. If Washington makes it past Atlanta, which I expect them to, whoever comes next is in trouble. Number 7. Westbrook's historical season is coming to an end. No matter how hard Westbrook and the Thunder have played, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough against Houston. They're just a better team. Westbrook has made it a point not to blame teammates, despite the numbers supporting that they're literally ineffective whenever he is not on the floor with them. He definitely gets my respect. Number 8. Houston is really good. Harden may not have another star on his team, but he has great role players that really fit Houston's system. They have 3 players on the bench that can give you 20 on any given night. They also have a great combination of offense and defense in their starting lineup. Whoever they play next won't have it easy. They are a real threat to get to the conference finals. Number 9. The Young Bucks are going to be a problem in the East for years to come. The Bucks have been giving the Raptors fits all series long. Led by young star Giannis Antetokounmpo and head coach Jason Kidd, this team will only get better. Can you imagine 1 year of improvement combined with a healthy Jabari who really made strides this year? And don't forget Thon Maker. What if he reaches his potential? The Bucks are on the radar. Number 10. Matchups are key in the playoffs. Top to bottom, Toronto looks like the better team in this series, but they have their hands full with Milwaukee. Milwaukee's length has proven to be a huge problem for Toronto on both offense and defense, and their young legs have made it difficult to play Jonas in long stretches as he slows Toronto down. It's possible that Toronto has already made the proper adjustments to turn this series around since they have taken back home court. But for the rest of this series, Toronto must not take their foot off the gas. Number 11. Joe Johnson still got it. First, he torched the Clippers for 21 points and hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer to beat the Clippers in Game 1. LA then got a little momentum by winning 2 straight and bringing back home court. But then, Joe Johnson comes through again, this time scoring 28 points off the bench, including 11 straight at one point in the fourth quarter. ISO Joe is in full effect. Number 12. The Clippers cannot catch a break. At this point, I can't help but feel for this franchise. Blake Griffin goes down again for a third time in 4 years. This was already going to be a tough series, but no Blake makes it worse. Chris Paul seems to be playing harder than he has ever played to lift this team up. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have help, but is it enough? Fortunately, the Clippers have played well without Blake this season. But if they are somehow able to win this series without him, they have zero chance in round 2. Is this the end? Number 13. Major changes coming in Indy. The Indiana Pacers have just been swept out of the playoffs for the first time in Paul George's career. Paul George told management right before the trade deadline that if they are not contending, then he's out of there the first chance that he gets. After exploring the trade market this season and ultimately opting not to trade PG, I can see them doing something similar this offseason. If he isn't traded, then I promise that the pieces around him will look a lot different by the time the season starts next year. Number 14. The Portland Trail Blazers never quit. It's unfortunate that we didn't see a healthy use of Nurkic in this series. We know that he wouldn't have been enough, but how much of a difference would he have made? It would be nice to gauge his impact in the playoffs, at least to see how they stack up against the Warriors. But in all honesty, we didn't learn much from Portland. We knew that they didn't quit already, and we knew that they didn't have a chance in this series. The only thing that we didn't know is how good they would play with Nurkic. He's played, but he's far from healthy. 15. LeBron is up to his old tricks again. Yes, it's only the first round, but LeBron has been incredible. Indiana played Cleveland tough, but they weren't a match for them. Everyone doubts Cleveland during the regular season, and LeBron always has to remind everyone, this is his league. He doesn't care about the regular season anymore. He coasts through it so he's ready for the playoffs. I apologize for making this about LeBron and not the whole team, but no matter where LeBron is, this has been the trend. He's past the days where he goes all out in the regular season just to lose in the second or third round. And that's why he saves this gear for the playoffs. And last but certainly not least, number 16, Golden State is as unstoppable as ever. No Kevin Durant, no problem. No Steve Kerr, we don't need a coach. But just in case we do, we got Mike Brown. Sweep the Blazers, their last game is Monday night. That's all I had to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I just wanted to release something before the first round ended, and this is what I came up with. What did you guys learn from the playoffs so far? Did I miss anything? Let me know down below in the comments. And while you're here, check out my NBA award series. I'm releasing videos daily on who I feel should win each award along with my predictions. And remember guys, to rate, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Black Cape out.